Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on our last and final forum. I'd like to thank you guys for the time. It's definitely going to be an informative session. Just want to note that the, the, the forum is being recorded. Um, so just a bit about what we're going to do today and why we sort of have the forum going. It's going to be a lot more in-depth than we normally have. We will obviously have some more people pop in as we go along. I just wanted to start promptly for everybody who has started with us. So we're going to go through, we've got 3 guest speakers today. We've got Ms. Hanli. She's going to give us an overview of what her time with RISE has been. She's a bursar at one of our schools. Um, what she's got to show us is both important for high schools as well as primary schools. And I think that it's pertinent to both your government level as well as private schools. So I think it's really going to be, like I said, an informative session. She's really going to delve in deep. So I did hope for a bigger turnout, but we'll see what we get. We've then got Mr. Hannes Barnard, and he's a chartered accountant. And he's going to speak to us about what it's like to be on the auditing side of the RISE system and what his encounters have been with RISE and with schools thus far. Not to take up too much of the time, I do want us to jump in very quickly. Then we've got Mr. John Robinson, who is an acclaimed speaker. He's been a speaker at many different forums at the 2030 AI forum as well. It's actually a company that is very, very involved in. And he's got lots of experience when it comes to cloud technology, application technology, and hosted technology as well when it comes to our financing, taxation, and all of those things. So he's going to give us a lot of insight to that as well. So I hope you guys do enjoy. I ask that you please keep the questions just for after Hanli, or our first speaker at least, has finished her session. And then please, we do want it to be very, very communal. So please give us questions, anything you'd like to ask. Put it in the chat for us. We'll get back to it later. And then, yes, without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Hanli. Hanli, are you there?
I am. Hello, you.
Wonderful.
Okay. So before I start sharing my screen, let me just give you a little bit of a background. At the latter part of 2018, I responded to an invite to attend a school forum, the same as this. And the reason why I did, our admin clerk at that stage was about to retire. And I was a total newbie regarding finances and admin. Yeah, I was strong in numbers, but credits and debits didn't make sense. So I just decided I need something. I just cannot carry on with something and not understand what I'm doing. So I thought this would be the perfect platform for me to learn about the best bookkeeping practices. So when I attended this meeting, I was so surprised because it was much more than just a lesson in bookkeeping. We were shown a financial program, a communication platform, a learner's management, all in one. And that was exactly what I was looking for, and not even knowing that. And during 2018, I researched different kinds of financial programs available, because being an art center, we didn't need the expensive package that we were using, because we use it only for little limited functions. And it just became expensive. So, and then the other thing is to communicate with people, to my parents and all those kind of people, I had to make use of an SMS bundle and with restricted characters. So as soon as I send out messages, to me it sounds clear, but to the parents, they didn't understand what I was saying. So there was more confusion than clarity. And then to upkeep my databases, the learner databases, I made use of Sims and Excel of pivot tables. Thus, I used 4 different packages to accomplish the same functions. And I can just do that by using Rise School Management alone. So to me, that was a no-brainer. I had to do that. And just to share the cost, at that stage, we paid 9,000 Rand a year for our financial package. The SMS bundle cost me 4,000 Rand a year. And every time when I had to top it up, it was a 700 Rand extra. So by using RISE, which included the school-specific accounting, a communicator, and a learner management system, we saved around about 10,000 Rand annually. And again, being a small school, to us, 10,000 Rand is quite a lot. So, and I'm not belittling or making the other package as less, but it was not designed for the purposes that we needed it. We needed a specific school accounting function, especially with the WCED, the 43. So in early 2019, we signed up with a pro version, and it was such a delight. From day one, this team, and must call them a team, assisted us. They steered me in the right direction, fixed problems, accepted my ideas and challenges I had for the program. Again, being a unique school, we're not like a normal school. And they listened. And the whole time they did it with a smile and teaching me the correct way of doing bookkeeping. And during one of these bumpy rides, when I thought I understood credits and then it became to be a debit, I was just very down. And Anna was here, my big sister of this family, fabulous group. And she just made to the kitchen, made us all a cup of coffee. And so, yeah, it just shows you. And this is also what the difference is between this package and the normal packages. Here you get personal attention. Yeah, I got a coffee and a phone call every now and then and all those kind of things. But that is sometimes what we need. We don't want a package that it's delivered to your doorstep and now you vent for yourself and you fight for yourself and you don't understand what's going on. With them, they've been there from day one and they've never left my side. So, okay, now I'm going to share my screen so that I can start just showing you some of the things. Can you see? Anna? Is it visible?
Yes.
We're able to see, yes, Hanli.
Okay, so I'm first going to talk about our learners and the learner database. And now that is linked with the financial packages as well as with the communicator and admin and all those kind of things. So you click on school. That is so easy, just school. Sorry, I actually did it already, but I'm just going to do it again. Student, and then you get your student counterparties. I'm just going to show you quickly the financial history. Now, let's talk about the financial side first, and then I will go to the admin side. I'm just going to click on the first student. And this is what her page looks like. As you can see, there's quite a lot of information on all those kinds of things, but I'm going to go to the document journal first. On the document journal, it is recorded from day one that she started her financial history, all available and visible. And to show you a little bit more, I'm just let's do that tax invoice. So from the learner database, you can actually go into the financial system as well, opening the tax invoice, and it shows it was for Fees Textile Kit, when it was created, and so forth. It is been paid, and just to show you from this page as well, I can go to link documents, and it shows me the payment receipt as well. So that is all from the learner database. I didn't even go into the financial system as well, but I just want to go back here again. That was the invoice. Let's just do a payment, any payment. Again, immediately it pulls you through to the financial side, and you can see the payment that was made, and it's been linked to the tax invoice that you made, all at a glance in a click of a button. And then the best part as well, from the same page, I can access, I can, no, did it wrong. I'll do it now again. I'm just waiting for it to open. You can even access the statement. So this is what the statement looks like, which from this page, I can email to the parents or print. It's available. So I'm working on the learner databases now, but I have access to the financial side as well. As you can see, there's all her payments and everything that has been made with a reference number as a student number. So again, so easy. Again, just being on the learner database. Now I'm going to go back to this page again. If I scroll at the bottom, here it shows all the parents that's linked to a learner on the communicator. So normally what I do is I check that and I will email that parent and tell them, listen, please link up because you're missing information. So that is an easy part to see it. Now let me show you how easy it is to link a learner to the communicator. You go to their homepage. I've got 2 learners not linked. The one is Anna. Thank you, Anna. So this parent now wants to link a learner to her. So you just go to the parent's name, add, and you can add a learner, save and closed. So as soon as we send out information regarding Hanli, Anna will get that as well. Then I want to show if a parent is already linked learners, but a new learner signed up as well. So you go to linked members. Let's just click on this one. The same principle. There's her child being linked, and you can just add a second learner. Later, I will show you. I just want to say no. Later, I will show you why it's so important to link a learner with a parent, especially with the billing and all those kind of things in the mobile app. So I will discuss that as a little bit later. So I'm going to back to that page again. So some of the admin functions that's available on this page that would assist all the teachers and everybody is the mark sheets, progress reports. Let me show you. So it will differ from school to school because we're on arts center, so our marks will look different. So I'm not going to go into that. So sorry, let me just go back there again. So the mark sheets, progress reports, incident reports, attendance of the learners. Let me just go in there. Okay, I didn't do that now, but it just shows you can now, so you can do your attendance report. What else? Attentions, incidents, everything you can do from this page. Regarding the school communicator, there's news, events, resources that you can upload from here or do from here. I'm just going to show you while I'm there. I'm just going to go to the home page quickly. I've created a news message this morning for my parents. It is so easy. You just go to the blue one. I've already created it, so that's why I'm just opening that one. So this is the message that I created this morning, just to inform the parents that some of our classes are finished this week. My message is just to say that the homeschool and art club classes will finish off this week. Thank you, a nice little message. You can even insert a little picture. But I just want to send this message to my homeschool, and that's it. My art club learners. I don't want to send it to all my other learners because they still need to come to school. So homeschool, and I post, and that's it. So regarding admin purposes, this is such an easy program to work. It's understandable, it's clear. I just want to say you follow the link. So as soon as this is posted, I will go to the next thing. There it shows unposted, so it means it's been posted. And there it's posted for the parents to view. Going back to the school page, I just want to go up there quickly to students. I don't know if your schools, if it happens at your schools as well. Sometimes I get a payment and it just says Emily. Or it's been paid by, I'm going to use the example Forster, but we don't have a student with the surname Forster. Now I'm going to type in the surname Forster here. And this is what makes this program as well such an amazing program, because it picks up the surname, even though the child's surname is Mpunga, the mom's surname is Forster, but just typing in the surname Forster, it picks up that it belongs to this learner. So for instance, I didn't know the surname and I just put in Emily. It will actually bring up all the Emilys. Or you can find the learner via the student number. I think you see again the same person. So because I don't know, like I said, with me, it happens quite often. I get something and it's just a name or a different surname. And there's all the detail. So yeah. Now I'm just quickly going to go some of the other functions as well. If we look at this, I'm just going to go out here quickly again. The school admin side. What I found with RISE as well, it's, again, I'm going to say, it's such an easy program to understand. You don't waste paper, you don't waste cost, and it saves you on time. You can work from either your desktop, laptop, or even from your mobile app. I'm going to quickly show you some of the financial, on the financial side as well. There's the 043 that we've all been talking about. I'm just going to go quickly to mine. I've already opened mine. This is what it looks like on RISE. So it looks exactly like the one that we normally receive from WCED. It looks exactly the same. And it works exactly the same. Everything is in there. There was a previous lesson or a forum, and I would advise you as well, I will talk about it as well. I would advise you to go and look at the YouTube channel they have available on all the different, because just the O43, there was a whole training on that. How to create the O43, how to link it to the accounts, and it's just amazing. So everything is always available. So I'm just going to go to, again, to my school. Oops. just want to show you now, WCED budget. And then I will show you my budget in, I'm just going to, so this is the one that many schools are familiar with. And now, oops, yeah. It looks exactly the same as the Excel or the one that you normally receive. And it's already been done by RISE. I'm going to the bank quickly and do some bank functions just to show you the ease of this whole program. Let me just go down at the bottom. I'm going to use Forster as an example, the need Forster. But before I do that, yes, I'm just going to close that, and I'm just going to close that. I want to show you something now. This is also one of the financial tools available, the Budget Plan Actual. And I will tell you now why I want to show you this. I love this. Here is my budget for the year. The actual column is what I've been, my income and my expenses thus far. As you can see, it's all there. And in the over budget or this column, it shows what I can still spend, or let's go to my subjects, especially my art subjects. So my teachers would come to me and ask me, how much money do I still have available, say for instance, in the jewelry? And I can tell them, okay, you still got 5,000 Rand left to spend. So you totally every time in control of what's going on in your budget to ensure that you don't over budget or overspend rather than. But what I want to show you quickly here, I'm just going to go up again. Okay, let's go to the bank. The bank stream again. Just going to go to her again. And you say new. I want to match that amount to an invoice on her account. So again, as you can see, the dad just said the Forster. Now, and there's the nick, and you can see 0044. So it's definitely her. And I'm allocating the 1,000 Rand towards that tax invoice, and I say match, and I will approve. I should have actually, before I showed approve, just want to go to the WCD 3 of 43. And otherwise, one of the other speakers can start, then I will quickly find a modem just to add to my thing and to see if it doesn't work better.
Okay, no problem, Hanli. In this case, we will proceed to our next speaker. Zakir, we will make an announcement.
Yes, I will just stop sharing.
Thank you so much, Hanli. Don't worry, we'll get back on track with Hanli. I think now if we can ask Mr. Johannes Barnard, if you don't mind just presenting for us.
Thank you, Sakira. Just quickly switching on my camera for everybody to see my face, and then I'll switch it off just for the purpose of bandwidth.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Firstly, welcome to everybody, to the principal, SGB members, the representatives from RISE, as well as all other educators and administrators attending this meeting. Thank you also for the opportunity to quickly tell a little bit about ourselves, as well as give some feedback on our own experiences with the RISE management software. Hanli, in fact, is one of our clients. We, as SP Finance, we are chartered accountants, as mentioned earlier in the introduction. We service plus minus 100 schools over the Western Cape. Our services extend from the compilation of annual financial statements, the audit independent review of the financial statements, payroll services, which include the registration, dealing with SARS, UIF, as well as now the latest developments from the Department of Labour concerning the compensation fund, or more known to everyone as COIDA registrations. However, with regards to the RISE school management software, what we have found as auditors, once we perform our duties on a yearly basis, is that one needs to try and go where technology is going, and that is all the way forward. The current 043 reports that's being, or Excel documents that's being rolled out by the department, the WCED, is a very old and manual approach when it comes to accounting. RISE management software allows schools now to electronically capture transactions. One of the benefits of the system is that you can manually or automatically import your bank statements and then perform your allocations after that to the relevant chart of accounts. Once those allocations have been performed monthly, quarterly, and yearly, the system will actually be able to print a report for you, which is called a trial balance, or a TB, as we refer to it, and which is exactly the same as your 043 that normally would be submitted to us for review or audit purposes. The electronic version of this 043 TB or trial balance is very easily taken up by our drafting software, able to map your financial statements to provide you with a more accurate and a more professional set of financial statements, as well as from a comparable basis. One would be the first year in RISE would not be easy to compare because there will be nothing to compare it against. But as you progress with the software, it would be easy to compare one quarter to another quarter, 1 year to another year, and one would easily be able to do analytical review of the school's performance over a number of years. I think one of the benefits of the RISE school management system is that most of the schools, especially your disadvantaged schools, I'm not referring to no school fee schools, I'm referring to those school fee schools that do issue manual invoices to their learners. They struggle with their debtors at year end. Firstly, to know what is the exact balance per learner outstanding when it comes to your school calendar year, as well as how to recover these funds. The RISE school management system has a full-on debtors module, which will be able to assist you in doing electronic invoices, and then as well to be able to be in a position at any given time to know the exact balance that is outstanding of a specific learner. Why is this important? Firstly, for your annual financial statements that you need to present to the WCED and to your SGB for approval. It will give a much more accurate figure of the funds still due to the school. Secondly, it can assist with improving the school's cash flow. And I think lastly, once a school go out to a lawyer firm of possibly assisting them in recouping these long outstanding fees, one can easily be in a position to distribute a complete and accurate list of debtors to them, with the relevant information of each learner. That would be contact numbers, email addresses, physical addresses, for them to be in a position to actually pursue further action against those learners not making payments on time, or not making payments at all, which is at harm of the school. And at the end of the day, all of us here is for education, and we believe that education is one of the most important factors within this country. We need all our children to be educated to change what we are currently experiencing within South Africa. So the RISE management system is one of many accounting systems out there. This one, even though that they are focusing on the SME sectors as well, this module has been specifically written for schools. I think it is very important for the schools to consider it. It can make your life easier. Yes, there will be a cost implication that you don't have at the moment if you're only using the manual 043 Excel schedules that the WCED is rolling out. But if you want to move forward with the rest of the world in terms of technology, I've noted that there's a speaker that's going to speak a little bit of AI as well. This is maybe the way, or this is something that you should consider. I just saw a message now here of the new Johannes. I cannot see your screen. I'm not sharing my screen. I'm just presenting. There's nothing for me. I'm not presenting on the RISE management system. I'm just getting a little bit of feedback of our personal experience with the RISE management software. So basically, it comes down to the RISE management software team. They do assist with training on the system. They also assist with the implementation of this of the system at your school. I think what is most important is that the implementation is being done accurate. So should you have your own auditor, should you be with us, it's very important, should you consider moving to the RISE management system, that you bring your auditors on board as well, that they can assist with the accurate transformation of manual information from your 043 to the account or to the RISE up or the RISE school management software. This is just to assist when it comes to your year-end processes again, that your information has been accurately transferred from a manual system to an electronic system. I think from my side, that is all that I wanted to discuss with you as principals, SGB members, and other educators and administrative staff. If there is any questions, you're more than welcome to direct them to me. But I think RISE school management system is a very good tool. It is easily to use once trained on it. As Hanli previously explained, you don't really need to know a lot about debit and credits to be able to work the system, because it is actually only allocations which you would be responsible for. From a budgeting perspective as well, going forward, you'll have your current year's budget, and it would be easier to use that budget and roll it forward to the next year's budget. And then in your third year, you'll have actuals against budgeted figures as well, to see where you have fall short or where you have over budgeted. I tend to get a lot of questions from school to assist them with budgets, and they're not 100% sure as to why they overspend on a specific budget line item, or why they have underspend on a specific budget line item. With the RISE school management software, it is easily to drill down in those specific budget line items to go and see exactly on what was the funds expensed during the current financial year or the previous financial year, to see, listen, was it correctly allocated, firstly? Secondly, to get some sort of indication as to say that, listen, we have budgeted too less or too little for this specific line item, or listen, we can maybe budget differently for a budget line item which we have not reached throughout the financial year, to another line item where we fall short when it comes to actual versus budget comparison. I think I want to thank the Rise Up management team. They are putting in a lot of effort to update the system to accommodate remarks, questions from the different schools to try and develop their system even further, where there is shortages or not that there is any at the moment. But whenever there's a recommendation from a school, they do consider it and they see if it will be possible and beneficial to other schools, and then they go with their developers and they will try and develop the system even further. So lastly, I want to thank Rise Up for the opportunity to present. For those attendees that have any questions, you can direct your questions to me after this session if the next presenter is not going to start straight away. But other than that, thank you very much for your time. The school holidays is around the corner. You all must have a wonderful holiday, well-deserved rest after the year. And when you travel, travel safe. And I hope to see those that are currently online and clients of us to stay with us, and those that are not clients with us, contact us if you are not happy at the moment. But please support Rise School Management System. They do a lot of work and they are your partners in becoming better and have a bit better communication system, a better financial system. At the end of the day, we all are seeking for better school governance. In fact, we're looking for better governance in this country, South Africa, that we also love. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Amen, Mr. Barnard, definitely. Thank you so much, Mr. Barnard. That is very, very insightful. I love the way you brought forth what happens on the financial and the auditing side. And I know that a lot of schools, they struggle with the battle of getting an independent auditor besides the department to do that special audit. And I urge the schools, if you guys are needing a partner to lean on, please get involved, get in touch with Mr. Johannes Barnard. And obviously we will have his details. You're welcome to take his details from the forum itself as well. If there's any questions regarding anything that Mr. Barnard has spoken about, we welcome it right now. You can put it in the chat. You're welcome to unmute yourself and just pose a question as well. Mr. Francis, you may go ahead, sir.
Hi, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So I like the idea of the Rise Accounting software. We're not on it at the moment, and I am over here. I am representing Swansway Academy in Southern Suburbs. So I just wanted to know, how would this? I see that it's a good tool for, how would I say? Currently, we use Pastel accounting and payroll. So I know it's a very good tool that can potentially find itself replacing that, because we've been having a lot of issues with Pastel and with Sage Pastel. It's been quite a hectic one. But regardless of that, I am looking at getting in touch. But can the Rise Accounting platform, can that software replace Pastel accounting and Pastel payroll?
Mr. Barnard, would you like to go for that with us?
Thank you, Shakira. Yes, I can respond to Mr. Francis. Mr. Francis, thank you for your question. I think, yes, Pastel accounting and Pastel payroll, I'm not too sure if you're using the desktop version of Pastel, but the desktop version specifically has a lot of limitations. The Rise accounting module can replace the Pastel accounting software with immediate effect and without any hassle. It's also, if your information on your Pastel accounting software is accurate, it is easily to transfer it to the Rise management software. And you will then be able to have additional benefits in the governance of the school, as Ms. Mostert earlier discussed the additional modules which is available specific for the schools in terms of your communication, attendance registers, etc., etc. I'm not going to go into too much detail on the rest. But from an accounting perspective, yes, it can replace Pastel. If you decide to move to them, you can dump Pastel and you don't need to use them going forward. With regards to your Pastel payroll, I'd had a discussion yesterday or the day before with Anna. They do not, if I'm right, Sakira, to say it, they don't yet have a payroll module within the system. However, the schools that we're servicing at the moment that is making use of Rise, we make use of another payroll software, which we then assist the schools with doing their monthly payrolls. And it works out. It is very difficult as an individual organization to go and buy the software yourself and be the sole owner of that software. When it comes, especially payroll software, is relatively expensive. We as a service provider then roll out, we have payroll software and we just bring on customers or schools, if it's no private sector or government sector, being now specifically referring to the schools, we bring them on board and then we deal through that payroll software program, we deal with the payroll. But if you do not want to do that, you can still keep on Pastel payroll, or you can be in contact with me and I can recommend a payroll software program that you can use, and then you can go over to the Rise Management Accounting module, which got a little bit more benefits when it comes to school governance, or not a little bit, a lot more benefits than using Pastel for your school. I hope that addresses the question. If you have anything else, more than welcome to ask. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Mr. Barnard. I like the way you spoke about the payroll. I think, Mr. Francis, to more further elaborate on what you've asked, we don't have the payroll system yet, but we're busy in implementation and in sort of researching what it is that we need to have to be on par and up to scratch with the likes of other systems around. What we do have for the meanwhile is obviously the likes of Mr. Barnard and those services, as well as just an invoicing system where you can track salaries and wages being paid out of the RISE system. Obviously it's not payroll, it's not going to generate a pay slip for you, but it's definitely a way to track, and it's one part or one hand of that system. So yes, again, I think that Mr. Barnard is very correct. He would be able to give you the other part of what you are so needing, if that is in fact something that is pertinent to you guys. And I hope that it's answered your question. And like Mr. Barnard has said, if there's anything else, please let us know. You can go ahead. Sure, Mr. Francis, let's hear.
All right, so thank you very much for that answer to my question, Mr. Barnard. I honestly appreciate it. Yes, you definitely answered well, the entirety of the question, but of course you would need to go into a bit more depth. So if we could perhaps still communicate after this meeting, of course, then we can just get in touch and touch base and see how we can get it underway and rolling. Then we can certainly do that. I don't want to take too much time. I know it's supposed to be an hour session, so I'm just going to say I'll end it there. I'll say thank you. It's a fantastic answer, and we'll definitely be in touch.
100%. Thank you. As Sakira said, my contact details will be shared, so you're more than welcome to get in touch with me and we can assist in all your detailed questions. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Barnard. We just have a question on the chat in terms of costs. How much does the RISE school management system cost? So the cost of the system is varied. It would depend on how the school would like to build the actual system. The system comprises of different parts and different modules. And obviously it's up to the school on what they want to start with first. Basically, I would say the financial system, the communicator, as well as the learner data module, and then possibly just textbooks would be a basic place to start. But that is definitely a conversation for a one-on-one meeting. If you'd like to get hold of me, there's any time after this meeting, and obviously I'm available for on-site meetings as well. I hope Cindy, that's answered your question. If there's anything else, I was wanting to just ask Hanli, how far are you that side?
I'm ready.
Wonderful. So we'll continue with Hanli.
Okay. So I'm just going to, that's it. Can you see it? I will shorten it a little bit because I know I've lost some time. So, is my screen?
You're not sharing yet, Hanli. Not yet.
Okay, let me try again. Okay. Are you seeing it?
Not yet, yeah.
Okay. It shows sharing here by me.
Are we getting something?
Try
There we
again.
go. Got it?
Oh, okay. Are you in there now? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. It just took a little bit. Okay. So I'll be quick now. I'm just going to, this is the home page, as you can all see. I'm just going to touch on some of the things and then do quickly a payment on the bank stream again, just to show how the 043 immediately changes, and as well as in the statement of the learner. So on the bank section, you get your bank stream, which I showed earlier, and which I will quickly go into now again. Then we've got your bank reconciliation tab. Just quickly go in there. This is the most fun I had doing reconciliations is with RISE. At the end of the month, I just go in, create. I'll show you quickly. I'm not going to do it. As you can see, we've got a money market and my petty cash, as well as my check account. I do my bank reconciliation, and this is what it looks like. So I just put in the statement date and the closing balance of the month and click, and 99% of the times it's correct. If not correct, if there's something wrong, you just click on the check reconciliation button and it will immediately show you where the problem is. So it's not like previously where you had to sit with your bank statement next to you and click, and search and not find anything. And this is, like I said, reconciliation became fun. Okay, so I just quickly wanted to show you the recon. Go back to, let me just close that again. On the banking app, bank depositors or payments, this is where I do, you will view all the payments that's been made, cash payments as well as EFT payments and all this. But I do my petty cash payments from here. So here you can see what type of credit debit card, everything shows here. But when I create, I'm not going to do it for time purposes, but just to show easy what I do with my, so there's my banking app. So I just do petty cash, choose that, add the account, and okay, I'm not going to go into that. But yeah, at add, you add what account you're going to use. Put a memo, say for instance, garden services or whatever, and you post and close, and it's created immediately. So I just want to say no. So that is the payments. Go back to bank again. Deposits the same, so easy. As soon as you have it in your receipt book, it will show, and I will show you Nana as well. It will show undeposit. Here is a couple of them that's undeposited. So I'll just show. I'll show, see? And as soon as I want to deposit it, I just post and close. At this stage, I'm just saving it because as soon as you post it, you have to go and bank it. Okay, so I'm just going to close there quickly. Go to bank again. What was the last thing I want to show? Bank account balances. Also just by run report. And there it shows all your bank account details, your petty cash, what's your cash receipts, everything at the click of a button. So that was that. Then going back to schools, just want to show something here. A stunning tool, Workspace Administrator. Going back to admin, here it shows your school lists. So everything that you've done in the learner database that I showed earlier, it's been all populated together. And on this page, there I can say I want just to see my students, but I'm just going to go out now quickly. But this populates everything that is going on regarding your students and everything on the same page. So it shows their boys, girls total, shows the grades, how many, for what subject, all in one page. A stunning, stunning tool. I'm going to go to sales quickly. What I use here is three things quite often, and I'll quickly show you. Now, tax invoices. Now, invoices, you can do batch invoices or single invoices. So in the beginning of the year, I would do a batch invoice. Say, for instance, all the grade 10 learners taking photography, their kit fees will be the same, and I can create a batch invoice for them. Otherwise, this is just how easy it is to create an invoice. I'm just going to open it. I'm not going to create one. There you just put in the learner's name, the invoice date, due date. You can give a reference, and you add the account. Say, for instance, I'm just going to say painting. Yeah, I didn't even put in subject material, painting. That's it. And I can put in the amount. I can give a description, say paint brushes or wash or anything. You put the price and you post and close. That is how easy it is to create an invoice. So I'm just going to close. No. Sales receipts. The same. As you can see, those are the undeposited ones that I've shown Nana, and the deposit that has been saved, not posted as yet, but the same thing. You create the learner's name. So it's a cash receipt. I would put in here by reference. I would put in my receipt book's number. And if the invoice exists, it will automatically show the invoice number here, and you link it up with the invoice. And that is how easy that is. As you can see, everything is easy on RISE. And the last thing that I use quite a lot is my counterparty's detailed register, just to make sure of outstanding school fees, and so that we know when to hand them over, when to send notices and all those kind of things. So I work quite often on my counterparty's detailed ledger run report. and there it shows all the outstanding fees. What I can do is say, let's collapse it. There it doesn't show, so here at the bottom it will show the total outstanding amount for the year. So that was the detail ledger. So like I said, I like using that one. Let's go to the accounting part quickly. There's my chart of accounts. This is what my chart of account looks like. Everything available on, and you can see journal entries. And what I would advise anybody that's using RISE, play with the system, learn, read, see what it does. Like I said, when I started with this, I was not familiar with quite a lot of bookkeeping practices and things, but I've learned so much just by using RISE. As you can see, this is a journal entries, easy to create and use. Let me just go to that one again. I've showed the budget plan actual earlier. I'm just gonna go. Yep, let me just open my cash again. I'm just gonna do that. That's it. Why I want to do this, I just quickly, now I'm going to go over just to quickly do a payment in the bank stream again, just to show you how it changes. So I'll go to the bank stream. Thank you. Let's do just this Reinecker. Let me, before I do that, let me just open her statement as well. I want to show you now how live this program is. Okay, there you can see she's outstanding 210 Rand. Let me go back to the bank stream, and I'm going to allocate that to her. Match. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to match it with a match. And approve. I'm just going to close here. Quickly go to a statement again. Just refresh it quickly. And as you can see there, it shows a zero balance. And here at the bottom, payment receipt on the 14th of November. So, and the 043, Just want to show that as well. Now it changed as well. Okay, while that one is waiting, I'm quickly going into to show you the RISE communicator. Just a couple of things on the RISE communicator as well. That's available. That, like I said earlier, you can create your own news from the app. You can create incidents with a learner. Just do the plus and you can create everything on the app itself. Sorry. Attendance, let's say like that. So you can create and do your own attendance register from your cell phone. Mark sheets, the same. So you would just add and put in the date and everything of your learners. That's the mark sheet. And then what I'm quickly going to do is I want to show you the billing. So I'm going to link the one learner to my account quickly. Let's just see who am I going to use quickly. Let's go back there. So I'm busy creating her details. I'm just looking for her ID number quickly. Okay. So I'm going to link her quickly. She's successfully linked. I'm going to there. My student. Okay, no. Where's her billing? Billing. Show payment history. And there it shows the payment of today. So it's a total life package. So could you all see the app? Okay.
Yes, we could see it.
Okay. I'm just going to go back. I'm not going to do the 043 now. So what I will do is just to close up. You've seen now what you can do on the RISE app itself. You see what is available on the system. And then the last thing that I want to share before I sum it all up, training. Please go into the Facebook pages, go to the YouTube. I'm not going to go into there because of the slowness of everything. There's all their training videos is available. And what test environment. If you want to try out something and not sure if it's going to work, that's how I normally do. I try something. If it doesn't want to work, I call them. So it's like a duplicate of your page. But in the comfort that you know, if you make a mistake, it will not affect anything of your system and of your bookkeeping. So it looks exactly the same. So you can try out anything on this test page, the test environment. So please go and try that out. And then one of my favorite things as well, let's go to accounting. In the beginning, like I said, I didn't know what was what in bookkeeping. I'm just going to go to there. Journal entries. What is a journal entry? You click on the question mark and it will give you a little bit more information on what a journal entry is. This is how I started learning more about bookkeeping, is by clicking question marks. So I would advise any new person, play around with the system. So to summarize everything, what RISE offers, you can allocate payments from the banking stream directly to the specific accounts of customer. It's immediately noticeable. Reconciliation is a breeze. You can do batch invoicing per grade and subject, like what we do, grade 10 photography kit or grade 10 illustration kit. You can create statements. You can do again it in batches, like per grade and subject, by just a click of a budget. The budget plan actual report, one of my favorite tools, like I said. If a teacher comes to me and asks me how much money do I still have available for my art kits, I can just by the click of the button, it's available. The training courses, like I said, it's so much. It's interesting. It's easy. It's there. They constantly update. They constantly notify you of updates. You receive, I've got a thick file of previous, let's call it manuals that they've sent. So they are totally into training and updating and upskilling people. And I joked in the beginning when I started with this, I said, yeah, this is now bookkeeping for dummies. So I just want to end off and say, I wish I could show you so much more. If ever they give one-on-one or small groups training, go for it. Explore, find out what's more stunning features that is on offer in the system. And then I just want to thank everybody involved at RISE. I know I have found my superhero team. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Hanli. That was awesome. I'd just like to obviously thank you, Hanli. It was amazing. I know you had some hiccups there, but I still think that we had a committed team. You've been amazing. I want to ask the group, though, if there's any questions for Hanli. I noticed that, Hanli, you've made fast friends with Hermanus High School. So if you're happy, Jackie of Hermanus would like to touch base with you and just maybe get some information. If there's any other questions quickly for Hanli, you're welcome to again unmute yourself and just present the question.
Yeah. And just one last thing, we are making use of SB Finances, harness them for 2 years, and I've got no problems at all. So anybody that was thinking about it, not sure, you can speak to me. I don't know if Johannes is still there.
Yes, he is.
He's still there. But yes, you can ask me as well. I can validate. I am super happy. Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you, Hanli.
Okay.
So just to pose that again, are there any questions for Hanli? If there isn't a question and it's more of a longer, and I know that we don't have a lot of time, please get hold of myself, in conjunction perhaps with somebody else from the team, perhaps even Johannes himself. We're ready to answer questions, and I'm very happy to take one-on-one meetings. My details obviously on every single email and every notice that goes out. If there aren't any questions, I'm going to introduce Mr. John Robinson, our final speaker, last but not least, definitely not least. I'm going to ask him to come along and give us his take on what he's been doing. Like I said, he's quite an accredited speaker. He's got a lot of knowledge about research and AI and and cloud-based technology, as well as just sort of platforms and services in and around accounting, taxation, and finance. So, Mr. John Robinson.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm John Robinson. Thank you to our delegates, fellow presenters, Hanli, Johannes, and yourself, and for RISE Management, Anna, and the management team for giving us this opportunity. For bandwidth, I will just switch off my video, and then we will start with the presentation. As I was saying in the beginning, I'm John Robinson. We, from the company 2030 Artificial Intelligence Projects P2I Limited, trading as 2030 AI, we started in 2019. Due at the beginning of the fourth industrial revolution, leading up now where we are now in the fifth industrial revolution. And we primarily target small businesses, SME businesses, schools and nonprofits for business automation and digitization. That's a core function of what we do. Today, I will just be talking about 3 topics. I know we don't have too much time. I think it was supposed to be between 1 and 2. So I'll try to reduce it to about 5 minutes, whatever I'm saying. The 3 topics that I'm discussing is the difference between managing a desktop system that a lot of schools and small businesses still have versus a cloud system. And a cloud system at the moment is changing to an intelligent system for a reason being that it's starting to use large language models like ChatGPT, Bard 2, Llama 2, etc. So cloud systems allows you, for example, being in a school, if you have anything, it's accessible 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So, for example, if you have to do a quick letter because of an incident that happened or inform a parent, you don't need to go back to your the particular desktop where all the contact details are on. You can do it from your app, make contact with the parent and any other teacher, for example. The cost and maintenance of desktop versus cloud. Normally, when you have a desktop system, the capital layout is quite huge because you have to buy lots of computers, you have to buy software, and also with the change of technology, a lot of software that currently exists will not exist in the next 2 to 3 years. And I'm referring to, for example, a lot of people are still maybe using Windows 7, maybe Windows 10. We currently are running on Windows 11. So in future, a lot of software that's coming out in future will not be able to cope with any desktop systems because everything is based in the cloud. Having a cloud system, it allows you to be scalable. For example, if you have more than one school, you can hook up different schools and share reports because of the scalability of the system, whereby if you have a desktop system, you're limited to your hard drive and your speed. I mean, we saw, for example, what happened earlier to Hanli's presentation when there's load shedding. It affects the speed of what you're operating on. So, but if you have everything based in the cloud, it becomes much more easier. And then security, a lot of systems that are still on desktop systems, they can easily be hacked because it's stored at a particular location, whereby if you have it in the cloud, like I think in Cape Town, there's about 2 big data centers. It's basically buildings whereby your hard drive, you have a particular hard drive where also all your information. And they have firewalls. Whenever there's load shedding, like what happened now in Hanli's case, the systems don't go down. It remains the same. The speed remains the same. It's protected. I think they use some of them use over 2,000 letters and numbers for the protection code. So that's the benefit of having cloud systems. Automatically data backup and recovery. If any of your information gets stored, if you're still on a desktop system and you lose your data by hacking or load shedding, or your UPS don't work, it can take you lots of time and money to recover your data. But if your information is stored in the cloud, it's being backed up every day, constantly, all the time. I think the RISE system is back up their data every day for every school that they have. So your information is regularly available. And in terms of South African school context, RISE system is geared for your urban areas, but you might have a problem in your low-lying smaller towns. That's where things like Elon Musk's Starlink can come in handy in terms of connectivity, but obviously that's a topic for another day. So that is on your difference between your desktop system and your cloud-based system. The next point is data and the importance of data. I think large language models use data primarily for making decisions and to predict what's going to happen next. A school, for example, each and every school sits with valuable data on a daily basis that is being generated and created. And you get two types of data, financial data and non-financial data. I think Hanli spoke about both type of data, financial data and non-financial data, in terms of the RISE management system. And in terms of non-financial data, for example, there's an app, because it's a cloud system, there's an app that every teacher, parent can download. I think everybody got smartphones today. That is what gives it the connectivity. I think we wake up with smartphones. We go to bed with smartphones. So there's an app that you have on your phone, and that your teacher can log in and record all attendance of kids that is in the classroom, both primary and high school. Any news items that the parent, the teacher want to share. Any incidents that report, for example, you have fights that happens at school, the teacher can report that. Also, when you want to look at a particular learner's progress during the year, you can see it all from your data. You can see all the incidents that have occurred during the year, and then you can see what impact that will have on the learner's performance. And then you can use that type of scenario because of predictions for the next year and the year after that. And that's the importance of using data. I think the biggest problem that South Africa have, and I think Johannes touched on that, is that we have about 1 million learners that start school, for example. And when they at grade 1 and when they finish at grade 12, I think University of Stellenbosch has tried to do a study on that. And when they try to find out at grade 12 why is there only like 550,000 learners left? What happened to the 450,000? So places like and companies like RISE Management have this data available that can be useful and structured in a certain way and be provided to maybe, for example, the Western Cape Education Department. Similar teachers can use this data, principals can use this data, the parents can use this data. Also, behavior in terms of India's incidents report, this data can be reported on the RISE management system. The behavior, and also the school can see which teachers are more available in terms of resources for having all this information available. And then, as I said, reports. I think parents can also get reports instantly on this app. On as Hanli explained, when they make payment and the statements get updated, they can view that. So there's an importance of data. And the data utilization is also can be used, for example, performance in academic performance. For example, if you have a particular teacher that teach, for example, biology on the first semester, and the pupils did well in their study method, and they passed, but in the next quarter you have a different teacher that take over, and you see there's a drop in the results, then you can look at this data and see what happened, why it happens. And RISE Management can provide you with all that information and how you utilize that data. And in terms of data management, if I'm going too fast, please stop me. And in terms of data management, it's important that you structure your data in a certain way that can be useful for you to make decisions. For example, your school governing body will meet on a regular basis, and they can use the data from the RISE system in terms of what decision they're going to make, how much money they've spent. That information is available to them automatically. Just 1 second. What information is available, and in terms of their budgets, I think every year we have to provide via the Form 43 certain, I think twice a year in the Western Cape, budgets to the school. And I think the school then pays you like 1.4, or depending on the type of school that you have, or maybe 3 million. And then by utilizing the budgeted facility within the RISE system to see how much money you spend, you can then reallocate your resources to where the needs are the most, and you have this up-to-date information available to make the proper decisions in the correct time frame. The third point I want to bring up is there's some new technology that RISE Management have. We have been using it. I think they got it for about 2 years, but we have been using it since 2019. It's called optical character recognition software. Basically, what it does, I think in RISE's case, it's called RISE Doc. It converts any type of document, such as a scanned document, a PDF, or image captured by your smartphone into an edible and searchable data. So, for example, for example, a petrol slip. Maybe in March, a teacher incur 800 petrol slip expense. Normally, so for example, if Hannes must do the audit, maybe in January, February, that petrol slip would have faded. But if you take a photo of it at the time when you actually purchase the petrol, that digital image will remain there. So when Johannes have to do the audit and he's looking for that particular petrol slip, you'll find that likewise the same. A lot what AI does, it deals away with a lot of repetitive tasks. Like, for example, a school will have 12 months of rates accounts from the City of Cape Town, 12 months of electricity accounts, 12 months of debit order invoices for the rental of equipment. So because you know what is your commitment on a monthly basis, because it's repetitive in nature, you can automate that processes and make it easy, so it does away with this repetitive work that you have to do. It also creates efficiency in your administration, like processing form, managing your library books. It also helps students, for example, that can scan documents and learn about digital document management systems. If you have any disabled students, it converts printed text into audible speech or digital text that can be read in terms of that. And that is basically what OCR software is. We use various ones. There's various ones on the market. Most accounting software do have them. I'm not going to mention the names, but that is more or less what I wanted to say. I know I said, look, I had about 10, 15 minutes. I'll just try to make it as quickly as possible. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Thank you, Mr. John Robinson. Yes, indeed. I think you've really covered a large base of technical information. I think for a lot of us that was helpful. It was certainly helpful. I mean, I know what we do, but it's helpful from your point of view. Is there any questions for Mr. Robinson at this moment? Think maybe they're still trying to get hold of all the terminology. Thank you, Hanli, for that. Hanli says it was so informative. That's amazing. So, thank you, Mr. John Robinson. I thank you for the information. It was very informative, like Hanli said. I think that the points about how data is translated and what exactly the data or the date stamps and being able to keep that data in one place instead of it being something that is fleeting like our paperwork and like you say on that on-premise or desktop type version as opposed to the cloud was very, very important. I do hope that everybody can take away from it, you know, as much as I've taken away from it, and I'm sure they do. I think if there's no more questions, I'd like to just give a bit of insight into what RISE plans to do for the rest of the year. It's very little left of us. If you guys can see me. Hi. Okay, so definitely, I think everybody can relate and can appreciate that it's been a very fleeting year. It's gone very, very quickly, but it's also been a difficult year for a lot of us. So we are looking forward to the holiday. We look at from a RISE perspective and from an onboarding perspective. We look at RISE and we say that, you know, the best times to actually get involved is definitely now. It's your October, November, December, where onboarding and training can be done very, very easy and simplistically, and leaving you fresh in the new year to take care of goods in an automated way. Obviously, our 043s and all of those things comes around more or less the 20th of January, you know, and then it's a click of a button and we're there. So anyone wanting to take the opportunity, like I said, we welcome the one-on-ones, an on-site or a meeting like this. It's more than welcome. And then if there's any other questions around pricing, please get hold of me. If there's any more questions around development, something specific to your school, we obviously won't know unless we really have the conversation and hash out exactly what it is that the strifes or the struggles are of the school. And like Hanli mentioned, each school is different. They are very artistic school, so there's lots going on. There's creativity. Just the fact that they are making use of all of our system is amazing. It speaks to the fact that everything in a normal say section 20 school would be very much the same, very similar to a lot of schools, and they've got a lot of sort of speciality developments. So it speaks to the diversity of RISE. It speaks to that, Hanli was saying it's very fluid and can change and can move. So definitely get in touch. And then I furthermore, I just want to thank everybody for staying on as long as you did. I really hope it was informative. I hope it was as informative as we hoped it was. If there's any last mentions, Anna, if you'd like.
Thank you everyone for staying with us and all the speakers. It was very interesting. So yeah, we wish everyone a very nice day. And if you have more questions, feel free to contact us.
Wonderful. Then we'd like to say thank you. Have a lovely afternoon. Please, the chat would still be open if you want to leave your numbers, your names, any little questions or anything that comes to mind, please do so. We'll still be here for the next 15 to 20 minutes. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good afternoon.